Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, tensions with North Korea are continuing on this teeter-totter pattern, if you will, as the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has decided to hold an event or an event actually, in which they're telling people how to prepare for nuclear war, which quite frankly hasn't been done in a while from the CDC. So do they know something that we don't? Well, ultimately, I'm not quite sure, but let me take you straight to the source so you can see it for yourself. Here is straight on the CDC website. The event is going to be held on January 16th of this year, and it's titled Public Health Response to a Nuclear Detonation. Now, this goes on to detail what it's about, and it says, while a nuclear detonation is unlikely, funny how they start that off with that statement, it would have devastating results and there would be limited time to take critical protection steps. Despite the fears surrounding such an event, planning and preparation can lessen death and illness. For instance, most people don't realize that sheltering in place for at least 24 hours is crucial to saving lives and reducing exposure on radiation. While federal and state local agencies will lead to immediate response effort, public health will play a key role in responding. Join us for this session in Grand Rounds to learn what public health programs have done on a federal, state, and local level to prepare for such a nuclear detonation. Learn how preparing and planning efforts for nuclear detonation are similar and different from other emergency response planning efforts. Now, again, this with the CDC comes after tensions with North Korea have risen. And, you know, these are good things to know anyway. I know that if you're in a certain area or of the detonation, make sure you take all your clothes off, shower, get that radiation off your body. That's one way. Also, iodine pills. I'm very big. I have those on hand. Everyone needs to have iodine pills. You can just get those on the internet. But those are some things to think about immediately and right offhand. And obviously, if you have some sort of shelter, you could do that also. But not everybody has that ability. But here's the thing. The CDC, while they claim it is unlikely, and maybe it is, they nonetheless feel the urgency and the need to hold this nuclear planning and how to prepare yourself for a nuclear bomb. And again, this comes after tensions with North Korea. Now, if you have not seen this, you may or may not have. Donald Trump tweeted this on his Twitter page, and I want to show you, but it was tweeted just this past week, and he says, North Korea leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful one than his. And my nuclear button actually works. Amen, amen, amen. I agree. I think that's amazing that we have a president with enough balls to stand up to somebody like Kim Jong-un, whose mouthing rhetoric has gotten him way above and beyond where he needs. Now, ultimately, my hope is that there's some sort of rebellion in his country or pushed rebellion in which they take him off the regime. Could it be a possibility? I hope so. But we, again, cannot forget the fact that there's people pulling the strings and attempting to get this war started between the two. So that's something we need to watch out for anyway. Now, knowing what happened with the CDC, knowing Trump's tweet, I wanted to look up how close we really are, or if we are even in the nuclear war zone. Well, here's a report from CNN, not that I like very much, but Politics, put out January 1st. And it's former Joint Chiefs Chairman Mike Mullen actually stated that nuclear war with North Korea is closer now than ever before. Also, fake news Politico also weighed in on the action, and this was put out January 6th, how the U.S. and North Korea could stumble into World War III. Also, express.co.uk put out on the 6th of January, North Korea threat, Kim Jong-un will sell nuclear weapons to anyone and could spark World War III. That's a bit concerning. And finally, the last report from NY Post, January 4th, Joe Biden, U.S. and North Korea closer than ever to nuclear war. Now, this was in an interview that he had on PBS NewsHour on Thursday, where he was commenting on Trump's button comment that I showed in the beginning, but he was asked if he agreed with the Joint Chief of Staff, Mike Mullen, and he said, yes, I absolutely agree. Now, Mike Mullen, again, was one of the reports I showed you who said we're closer to nuclear war now than ever before, and Joe Biden seems to agree. Now, what Is all that where are we standing? You know, I've been talking about North Korea and the possibilities for at least the past 6, 7, 8 months, because it is a possibility. Now, nobody knows if they'll actually, one, will push the button or not, could just go straight into sanctions, could go into more band-aids, who knows? But I know that they have been in talks with Iran. I know that there's chatter between them and South Korea. So these are things that we've watched. And we've even seen American naval ships come up close to the border there with North Korea and South Korea. And jets being flown and threats for sending off his intercontinental ballistic missiles that he's been testing. So needless to say, this is a Spitfire. But either way, whether you believe that's something that could come or not, whether you believe that it's going to be pushed by the elite, whether you believe it's this or that, we still need to know that this is on the table. And that's what I want to do with today's report. And look, again, the Christian side of it does talk about wars and rumors of wars and increased tensions in war. This is definitely that we're seeing something at play here. So just keep an eye out, and wanted to bring you the latest, let you know what the CDC is doing. Anyhow, please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. Make sure you have some of that on hand. And obviously, this is likely going to get unmonetized because that's what they do. Censorship, that's a whole nother topic. But check out my partner there if you're going to stock and have gold, metal, precious silvers, check them out. Well, anyhow, if you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up, share it on all your social media outlet, because that's the way it will get out. And thanks again for tuning into my channel here. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.